Good morning, everyone! I'm Charlotte Lehman, and this is Good Morning Especially. Have you seen the meme, Good Morning to Everyone Except? This podcast is the opposite. Instead of except, we're saying especially. The world can be a tough place, so every weekday in January, or maybe forever depending on how this limited series goes, we are here to start your day with some positivity and gratitude. Good morning to everyone, especially college friends. I am pretty bad at keeping in touch with people. I don't have great object permanence with people, so if I don't see them regularly, it's sort of an out of sight, out of mind thing. I also get really overwhelmed by to-do lists, so I get behind in my social media messages pretty easily. I'll regularly respond to messages 2 or 3 weeks later, picking up the conversation just like there wasn't a huge gap of time. And it's probably pretty annoying for people, and I wouldn't blame them for being frustrated by it. And despite working on it, it's always something that I'm going to struggle with. But my bestie from college knows to expect it, and she never holds it against me. Last week, I responded to a message from her after a week or two with the requisite, "I'm so sorry I'm like this" apology. And of course, she was gracious, as always. But instead of just being gracious, she was gracious with a plan. She suggested a few ways to keep in touch that might be a little easier for me. Voice messages, of course, those do tend to be easier than texts. But she also had another really creative idea. Within an hour, she had set up a shared note on our phones for us to update each other with, without the pressure of responding to a message. Here are a few things on the note. Ins and outs for 2024, including starting a new hobby and reading more books before bed. Life updates as a bulleted list. One of those life updates, of course, being the floofs say hi, because I absolutely love her fluffy northern dogs. There's also sections for what I'm listening to and what I'm reading, and it was really interesting to hear some of the day-to-day details that I might not get just from texting my friend. My responses included my 2024 goals, smaller things I want to do in 2024, a screenshot of the fence I want to put up in the spring, a general life update, and a preview of Good Morning Especially. And this note is so much fun. It doesn't feel the same as writing out a text and then waiting for a response and then writing out another. There's no back and forth like there is with scheduling a FaceTime date. Just bullet points and paragraphs about ourselves alternating between each other. At this point, I've known this friend for almost half my life, and she is one of the best and most loyal friends I have ever had. She doesn't give up on me when I go through a non-communicative, depressed phase, and she follows up to make sure we stay in touch. I am just so unbelievably grateful to have someone like her in my life. So on this Wednesday, I say good morning to everyone, especially the college friends. I'm Charlotte Lehman, and this is Good Morning Especially. Every day in January, we're here to tell everyone good morning, especially to a certain someone. This podcast is a group project, so I want to hear who you're saying good morning to. You can email us at goodmorningespeciallypod@gmail.com. You can either write it out in the body of an email or record a voice memo and send it for me to play on the podcast. I cannot wait to hear who you're wishing a good morning.